Happening right now, people rallying at City Hall in downtown Colorado Springs as part of a global push to get lawmakers to address ongoing issues with climate change. News 5's CAITI BLAISE live downtown. CAITI, how many people would you say are down there right now?
Well, Eric, there are hundreds of students, parents, other community members out here for this climate strike right now. I'm here with one of them, Amy Gray, volunteer coordinator for 350 Colorado. Amy, why are you all out here today?
We're participating in global climate strikes. The youth, Greta Thunberg, and all the youth across the world called the adults to stand with them and strike on September 20th. So at 350.org, we decided to answer that call. And we're out here supporting our youth organizers who are striking for climate. They're asking for a livable planet.
You mentioned earlier that a lot of students actually walked out of school today. Talk to me about that.
They did. About over 100, I'd say 100 Palmer High School students walked out and marched from Palmer to join the climate strike today.
Why is this so important to these kids?
They want to grow up and have clean air and clean water, and the latest IPCC report states that we have 10 years to turn this around. Otherwise, it's looking pretty dire for this planet. They want to grow up and have the same future that we were afforded when we were young. A lot of them don't feel hopeful, they're scared, and they want the adults to do the right thing and rapidly transition us to a sustainable future.
Who are you trying to get the attention of today?
World leaders, local elected officials, state elected officials, pretty much anyone in power who has the decision-making power to make changes to our climate plans, to rapidly shift off of fossil fuels, to decarbonize our society. We have to turn around carbon emissions.
What happens after today? What's next?
Lots of things. We have webinars, we have meetings monthly, and our current campaign is working on decommissioning the Martin Drake power plant. So we keep the kids involved on those as well.
Amy, thanks so much for talking to us. Eric, I'm going to send it back to you. Always watching out for you, Colorado Springs. CAITI BLAISE, News 5.
All right, CAITI, thank you. Colorado Springs not the only place where protesters are taking to the streets. This is a live look in Portland where people there are calling for action on climate change. And earlier today, hundreds of thousands of protesters also taking to the streets across the nation and world, including in Australia. The protests come as this topic is being discussed today at the UN summit in New York.